Snake man here. In this cage here we have a brown snake. Now if you've just seen the video we did a couple of minutes ago, that was of a red belly getting eating a wiener rat. What we'll do now is we'll just go into here, pluck out a I'd rather get a smaller one actually, a wiener rat. I'll open the lid and the brown snake will probably come flying out, so let's see what we've got. Here you go, snake. Freddy, eat it, Freddy. Yeah, look. Right, there we go. He's just got to make sure it's dead, of course. Don't tell anyone this snake had his venom taken out about 7 years ago with the surgery. But anyway, he'll constrict it now and then chomp it down quite quickly. Brown snakes are quite different to red bellies. They actually have quite a deal of intelligence. I've got a lot of time from, just so you know, today's the 26th of October 2011. And I actually caught a snake which is almost identical to this one. Actually, I'll take that back. It was a female and a bit smaller, but similar. I mean, chop off 6 inches and take out the testicles and you got the same thing. Caught one of these things today in the suburb of Preston. It was basking in the middle of the street. It was quite amazing. Anyway, I was able to catch the snake, just picked it up quite casually, stuck it in a box. No sticks, no tongs, no nothing, and of course, neither me nor the snake was injured. Funny thing is the person who called me to catch that particular snake, what's this brown snake doing at dimwit? He's just got it by, oh no, he's got it, yeah, he's got it. Oh, see how his head's moving? You saw this before in another video. The snakes, it's like the head's shaky. What they're doing is they're pumping all their venom into the head, or at least they think they're pumping the venom into the head. In this case, the snake doesn't have any venom, so he's running on instinct, which tells you that snakes obviously don't suffer from being devenomized because, well, they don't know they're devenomized. It's like having your tonsils taken out. If no one told you they're there, you wouldn't know. Anyway, we had a call today from a bloke who wanted me to catch and remove the snake, and he'd done a Google for snake man and found us, and I came and caught the snake, and that was fine. The irony is we had a trademark bootlegger until recently who had used 900 YouTube videos to actually usurp us on YouTube. So when you Google Snake Man, he came up, and he's a feral money-making so-and-so, and what he was doing, he's referring work to a newly licensed snake handler here in Victoria who uses metal tongs to attack snakes and usually break their bones and ribs and things when he catches them, the result being dead snake. So the irony is, if that particular brown snake that I caught today had turned up a few months earlier, highly likely we would not have got the call, and not only would we not have got the income, which is bugger all as it happens, but more importantly, that brown snake might have been killed because it would have been picked up with metal tongs and probably died shortly thereafter from internal injuries. Now the brown snake's let go of the rodent. He will presumably get back to it. This is a look, brown snakes are all reliable feeders. Even when they're young, they're reliable. He will probably find the head and have another go, because as you saw, he had it, I think his mouth's opened on something, but from my angle on the camera I had trouble. But yeah, they're very civilised here. They eat it, and in a normal situation, if I wasn't doing this video, I would have just chucked it in the cage and walked away. And see, he's using his head to move the rodent. I keep calling it a mouse, it's actually like a wiener rat. They move it into a decent position and then they start the head and get going. They are extremely intelligent snakes, brown snakes. Quite different to red bellies. Red bellies are overly skittish. The brown snake, even in a cage situation, is not too bad. They do know when to have a bit of self-control. They're much more civilised than the red bellies. This guy's going to root around with this thing for quite some time, I can see that. Oh, he's almost on the head now. He's getting there. It's actually a large snake. This one here is 5.5 foot long. We did have one that was over 6 foot long, but it died of old age. It's something we can't really do much about. It had neurological disorder for about 1.5 years before it died. It was quite tragic. And in all probability, I should have probably euthanized it when that became apparent. But when you've had a snake for many, many years and you've raised it from young and into big and then into old age, I mean, it's like killing your grandmother to do that. You really don't want to do it, so you just don't. You keep them, and I mean, it's sad. You don't know whether euthanasia is the best thing. I know it's not legal for people, and you say to yourself, maybe it shouldn't be legal for snakes, but you don't know. It's just one of those things. The public zoos tend to bump off animals the moment they even look a bit in ill health, because they can get animals relatively easy and they don't really care much about them. In our situation, our snakes are our pets, they're our loved ones, and we do treat them with all the care, and we like to give them the longest, best possible life. Now, this brown snake's got the head on, and he's flying now. He will struggle on the front legs there, but he'll get them down eventually. Basically, he's got to force the legs forward and then go over them. The jaw does dislocate to an extent. Once he gets past the front legs, he'll move at a reasonable clip. I'm looking at the video time here. It's about 5.5 minutes since we started the video, and you can see he's taken quite some time to get to this position. But as I said, once he breaches the front legs, the rest of the eating will go down quite quickly. Brown snakes are great when it comes to mating. They're as horny. They'll bang like dunny doors. They're really good. They're pretty hard. They're very hard act to beat. They have a shocking reputation amongst so-called herpetologists. Totally unjustified. They are very, very civilised snake, and although they have a bit of a short fuse in the wild, the reality is they do just want to run away. And usually when you hear about snakes, brown snakes chasing people and stuff in the wild situation, it's when they've been tormented and they can't escape, or they're on open ground and they've got tired and they're too tired to run away, so they just try to usually a mock strike of some sort in order to scare off the predator. But of course, in the overall scheme of things, it's very unusual for snakes to actually chase people and strike. So when a snake like a brown snake does, bear in mind they're extremely dangerous, deadly wise, venom wise, people, they jump back and go, oh shit, that's a deadly snake, just tried to bite me. But they are actually quite civilised. When I'm out and about catching snakes, I must say the brown snakes do not, I want to say, don't scare me. They don't give me any grief at all. It's the tiger snakes I'd be more concerned about. They're like premenstrual women. They can appear civilised 1 minute and the next minute they're out to kill you. At least a brown snake will tell you where they stand, and you know where you stand with a brown snake. If they are aggro, they'll be up front with it. They don't change their moods quite the same way as a tiger snake. I'd describe a brown snake as being civilised with a short temper. A brown snake, that's a brown snake civilised with a short temper. A tiger snake, on the other hand, I would describe more as like a premenstrual woman. They're absolutely horrible. Now, this snake's taken 7 minutes to get this far. It's taken its time, isn't it? But maybe I should feed him smaller bits of food for the video. But he is making progress. This is a large male. I'm going to move this lid off for a moment just so we can get a better view from the side. And as I'm looking on the side, I can see he's got an absolutely crap grip and he hasn't got very far at all. Okay. Now, while we're looking at the brown snake, you'll notice they do have quite a different shaped head to the taipans. Taipans are often confused with brown snakes. They have a more elongate head. Oh, and as I've moved up close, I don't know if you heard that, you can actually hear the snake hissing in the video. See, they like to wolf them down. But of course, I probably shouldn't have used such a big food item for the video. It's a pity it takes so long for him to eat, but he is actually making good progress now. He's almost breached the front legs. He seems to have got down one front leg on one side. On the other side, he is still struggling. This snake here, very old. He would be about 11 or 12 year old. He's a decent age. And I mentioned that most of the snakes here we have at Snake Busters are old because we've been doing shows for a long time. And unfortunately the snakes don't die because we look after them. We can get close to them, handle them close. This guy's been devenomised for many years, so we can make sure every part of him is always immaculate. It's not a hands-off treatment of our snakes here. We are hands-on. We inspect them all the time when they do reptile shows and they go in and out the boxes every day. We have a good look at them, so we make sure the snakes are always well kept. And as you can see, it's taken him 9.5 minutes to get that bit of food down, which is not bad. It was a decent sized wiener rat. Flies down. He would eat another one, and as I've mentioned in other videos, we don't like our snakes to be overfed. He looks good, he's got a bit of condition, he's not morbidly obese. Common problem we have with captive snakes is obesity. We don't like it because they do die at younger age, and I must say it does make a huge difference to life expectancy, especially on older snakes if they are kept somewhat lean. Anyway, Snake is magnificent. As you can see, it's as good as any brown snake. Not interested in biting me, of course. He's well kept, well treated, and that's all important. Now, to give you an idea, how good these snakes are, I can just, whoops. So first time in his life he tries to bite me. Go on out the way, snake. It's probably because he thinks there's food there. But normally we pick him up, and as you can see, he knows he's picked up now. He's quite content, and he's not really trying to bite me as I'm holding the camera. I'm sorry about the quality of the video, but the essence here is he crawls over my arm, not trying to bite at all, because even this snake in the feeding situation was able to tell the difference between food and human. Now, I mention that because brown snakes are reasonably intelligent. Other snakes, not so. Anyway, that brown snake is one of a number of brown snakes we use at our venomous snake shows. He is devenomized, so no matter what happens, us, you and your kids will never be at risk with snake busters. Thank you.